This
Yeah.
conference will now be
This
recorded.
conference will now be recorded. Right. So we are having, let me just recap, predefined class attributes. So two underscore docs, it is going to return the document string of class. To underscore name, it's going to return the name of the class. And to underscore dict returns the skeleton of the class as dictionary. And to underscore basis returns the base classes. So this is the example. Like when you say print to underscore stock, which is going to return the document string of your class, and to underscore name will return the name of the class, and to underscore dict will return the skeleton of your class in the form of dictionary, and to underscore basis will return the base class of your class. So any class you take in Python, it is a subclass of which class? Object class. Got it, Dheeraj?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Now coming to the next one, inheritance. The meaning of inheritance is like, already you are having a class. Using existing class, we want to create subclasses, new classes. So the process of creating new classes using existing classes is only your inheritance. You can see the process of creating new classes from existing classes is called as inheritance. The syntax of going for inheritance is, if you are having class base, you are having class base class 1 with some code. Then you are having one more class base 2 with some code. Then how to create derived classes?
Right.
Class base n with some code. I'm having multiple base classes. Then creating derived classes. How to create derived classes? We have to say here class derived in parenthesis we have to pass here base 1 comma base 2 comma like that base n. Then write your code. Got it? How to create new classes? Like example, you are having class vehicle with some code, and if you take class car, we have to say in parenthesis vehicle. So this is the way to create the new classes. So what is the advantage of doing like this? What is the advantage of going for inheritance is, if you create car object, when you create car object, the car object can access its own members and also vehicle members. So means whatever the code I have written in vehicle, I can reuse in car also. So whatever the code present in base classes, I am reusing in subclasses. So what is the
So
advantage we get? Through inheritance, we can achieve reusability of the code. Clear, Dheeraj, why we go for inheritance?
yeah, so is car, is it object or class?
No, it's a class. We have given no class
Yeah.
car.
It
It
is a car
uses
object.
vehicle, extends vehicle. It's a car is what? It's a class only. Then how to create object? Car C equal to car, right? Do you remember how to create objects?
Yeah, yeah,
Like this. This is the object. So employee is the class. This is your object.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, now the terminologies are like this. Vehicle we call it as base class or super class or parent class. Different people use different terminologies. And this car we call it as derived class or subclass or child class. Right? Now let us understand up here with the code. Inheritance demo.py. Right click on project in C, new Python file. inheritance demo.py. Here we are discussing about inheritance. So how to create? I'm creating a class base. I'm creating a class base with a definition, two underscores in it, two underscores, self comma I comma j. Got it? How many data members you are taking? Two data members ij. Then you can say self dot I equal to I. Then or let me do like this. Let me not go with constructors. Let me define here. Define input ij. I'm taking a method input ij I comma j and say here self dot I equal to I and self dot j equal to j. Clear? So input ij will give the values to ij. Got it?
Yeah.
I'm taking two data members ij here. Then I'm defining one more function display ij which displays the value of ij. I equal to the value of I, then space j equal to the value of j. J equal to the value of j. Then self dot I, because whenever you want to refer to I, we have to refer only with self here. Self dot j. Then let me create one more class. Creating derived classes. So how to create derived classes? Class derived in parenthesis where it is a base. That's it. In parenthesis where it's a base. Now I'm going with the definition input k. Input k which takes k as data member, and here we have to say self dot k equal to k. We are setting the value to k here. Then now one more definition display k which will display the value of k. Self dot k. So how many methods are there in derived class now? How many methods are there in derived class?
Two.
We have to say 4 because we are extending base. So input k, display k, and even input ij and display ij also. So this also will become a part of your derived class now. That is the meaning of inheritance.
Okay.
Got it, Tiraj?
Yeah.
So whatever the code I have written here, that also will become a part of derived now. Now creating objects. Creating objects. So how to create objects? If I say b equal to base, then by using b object I can call which method input ij and I'm passing 1020. Now if I say b dot display ij, then what will be the output now? When you run 1020, ij values will be 1020 here. Clear?
Yeah.
Now if I say d equal to derived, now if I say d dot input ij, so in derived class do you have input ij method directly?
Yeah.
Directly, no directly here. There is no input ij method directly because now it extends base. I can even take this method. That's meaning. If I remove this base, here, then immediately we get error under this. So we cannot call this method now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because your derived have only two methods input k and display k. Now if I say here base, now the derived object can access its own and even base class also. That's the meaning. So for derived object I'm passing 3040. Now the value of ij for d object is what? 3040. Now if I say d dot display ij. Then what output we get? See
30, 40.
30, 40. So B object is different memory, D object is different memory. Whenever you create new object, new memory will get allocated. Clear?
Yeah.
Now by using D, I can even call input k, where I'm passing 50. Now if I say D dot display k, which is going to print the value of k as what? 50 here. Okay. So what is the meaning of inheritance? The derived object can access its own members and also base class members. That's the meaning of inheritance. Clear?
Yeah.
Right. Now let us go with the next one. Constructors in inheritance. I want to go with constructors. Inheritance with constructors. So let me take the same code, copy this code. I'm creating new Python file, inheritance with constructors. Paste the code. So this is inheritance using constructors. Then what is a constructor? How to define a constructor here? When I create object only, I want to give the values to the proper data members. How to go with this? Instead of input, what we have to use? Constructor. How to define constructor? Two underscores init and again two underscores. That's it. Now this is a constructor here. Got it?
Yeah.
And here also we have to go with what? Two underscores
Mm.
init, again two underscores. That's it. Then this will become a constructor. Then now this line is not required now. Don't need to call input ij. When you want to give value to base class, we can pass the values here only. Got it?
Yeah.
Then same b dot display ij. Coming to derived class constructor is taking how many arguments? One argument. So pass it here. I'll say 50. I'll say what here? 50. Then calling this method is not required. Calling this method is not required. Now see the result here. After here, see the result. We are getting what? Errors. We are getting what here? Errors. So derived object does not have any attribute I, because you are passing only one value here. So it is unable to give the value to ij, because whenever I create object of derived, I should be able to give value to I, j and even k also. But what is happening? You are only going with k. Then what I should do? Whenever you create object of derived, understand carefully, very confusion one. Whenever you create object of derived, I should even initialize the value to ij. Then from this constructor, from the derived class constructor, how to invoke the base class constructor? That is the important point here. How to invoke the base class constructor is, whenever you are creating object of derived, how many values we have to give for derived object also?
3 total.
3, right? Total we have to give 3. So I have to pass here 30, 40 and 50. But to the derived class constructor, I am passing only one argument here. So pass here I, j and k. Then this 30, 40, 50 will come and store into this ijk. This ij values I should give to base class constructor. Then how to invoke base class constructor is by using super dot two underscores I comma j. So this is the way to invoke your base class constructor. What this method will do? Invokes base class constructor. So what is the use of this? Super parenthesis dot two underscores init comma I comma j. This will invoke your base class constructor, and this values whatever you are passing ij values will go and store into this ij here. So this is the major line about constructors in inheritance. Clear, Dheeraj?
Yeah.
Right? Now, see the result 30, 40. And here we have to even call d dot display k, which will print k value as 50. Got it, Dheeraj? How to go with constructors? So this is
Yeah.
the major line what we have learned.
Okay,
Okay. So this is the line which we use.
yeah. Can you
So when
repeat the problem once again?
see here, whenever you are creating derived class object, whenever you are creating derived class object, what I should give value to I, j, and k. Clear this point first.
Okay.
So how many, whenever I am creating derived object, how many values I should pass? Three values here, because I should allocate memory for I, j, and k. So I'm passing three values. But if your constructor is going with only one argument here, then what about these values? So that's the reason your constructor should take, derived class constructor should take three values, I, j, k. Then this 30, 40 will come and store into this I, j, k, and we are initializing the value of I, j using base class constructor also. So instead of setting here this dot I equal to, sorry, self dot I equal to I, self dot j equal to j, instead of doing that line of code, I can even call superclass constructor. So how to class superclass constructor, base class constructor using super parenthesis dot invoke the base class constructor. Got it?
Yeah.
Then from here it will jump to this constructor, sets the value to ij. Okay, so from your derived class constructor, whenever you want to go to the base class constructors, we use this super. That's a major part here. So super underscore init to underscore second parenthesis is used to refer or invoke base class constructors. Base class constructors from derived class constructor. So from derived class constructor, whenever you want to go to base class constructor, we have to go with super. Clear?
Yeah.
Right? Then let us move to the next one, polymorphism. Poly means many. Polymorphism means many forms. Polymorphism means many forms. Then, so here we are having a concept called as, we are having two types here. Method overloading and method overriding. So we call, yeah, method overriding. So the meaning of method overloading is method name is same, but the signature is different. Signature is different. Signature means number of arguments what you pass. Number of arguments. Like example, if you take a method area where I'm passing two arguments, okay, same area, I'm passing three arguments. How they are different? With the number of arguments, right? So if method name is same, the function name is same, but the number of arguments what you are passing are different. So that is called as overloading. This is called as overloading. When you come to overriding, here in this case, method name is same and signature is also same. Signature is also same. And this concept is applicable only in subclasses. Applicable only in subclasses. Like example, if you take a class vehicle, with a method drive, with a method drive. Okay. Now, if you take one more class, car is created, extends vehicle, car class is created using vehicle, then whatever the method present in vehicle, if I'm writing as it is drive, then this method we call it as overridden method. This method we call it as what? Overridden method. Clear, Dheeraj?
Yeah.
Whatever the method present in your base class, writing the same method as it is. If I take here two arguments here, a comma b, then this we have to call overloaded method. Overloaded. We have to call it as overloaded. But if the signature is same, we have to call overridden method. Got it? Overridden method. Understand this with the program polymorphism.py. So let me take the code. New Python file polymorphism. So here we are going to discuss about polymorphism. Now here instead of display, I'll say the method name as display. Here also instead of display, I'll say display. So this is what here same method. What is the method present here? I'm writing same method as it is. Then this method we call it as overridden method. Clear now the meaning of overriding? Whatever the method present in base, writing the same method as it is in your subclasses, that methods we call it as overridden method. Clear?
Yeah.
Right? Now, when you run the program up to here instead of display, I have to say display only. I have to say only display method. There is no display K also. We are having only display method. So one very important point to make a note here is when you create car object, then by using car object, when you call the method drive, which method will it invoke? Invokes the method present in car. Always goes to subclass only. What is the point you should remember? When the subclass object, when the subclass object invokes the overridden method, then it will invoke the method present in subclass. Always goes to subclass only. So which method will it invoke? Drive method of car only. Now, in similar way, when I say b.display, which display method will it invoke? For base class, it's having its own display method, it will go to its own method. But when you say d.display, which display method will it invoke? Derived class display method. Got it?
Yeah.
Derived class display method. Now see the result here when you run this code, polymorphism. It is we are getting ij value as 1020 and we are getting only k as 50 because in derived display you are printing only k value. In derived display what you are printing? Only k value. But my objective is for derived class how many data members it's having? I, j and k, right?
Yeah.
For derived class we are having 3 data members I, j and k. Now when I call d.display I want to print I value, j value and even k value. But what is happening? We are getting only k value. In which display method you are printing ij values? Base class display or derived display?
IJ values base.
Base class, right? So from your derived class display, I want to invoke this base class display. From derived class, I want to jump to base class display method. Then how to jump is like this. Let's see here, super parenthesis dot display. What is the use of this? Invokes base class, display method. How to jump to base class members from derived class? using super again, same super concept. For constructors also super only, for ordinary methods also super only. Now see the result. You get now see 30, 40, 50. Clear, Dheeraj?
Yeah.
Right? So what is the
Yeah.
need of super again? So to invoke the base class members from derived class method. So this is the important point in polymorphism. Super method is used to invoke the base class members from derived class methods. So from derived class methods, whenever you want to go to the base class members, we make use of super. Clear? Any
Yeah.
questions up here?
No.
Right? Right. So do one assignment, okay? When you do one assignment, because I have taken the code with IDEs, right?
Yeah.
I've taken the code with simple variables, but to do one assignment by yourself, if you are able to do that assignment, means you are clear with all these concepts: inheritance, polymorphism, and using constructors in inheritance. All the things will get covered in one assignment. Try to do that assignment. If you are doing that assignment, means you are clear with all the topics. If you are unable to do, I'll write the code for you. Okay,
Okay.
Dheeraj.
Yeah.
So object-oriented programming, you try to do it from yourself. Write the code. If
Yeah.
you are
Okay.
getting mistakes, don't worry. Please ask. Let
Okay.
us discuss once again. Okay. So I
Okay.
can judge whether you are understanding object-oriented only after you solve the assignments.
Okay.
Okay. When you are working with assignments, lot of things will come into picture. Then you will try to rectify it. If unable to do, I'll help you out to do that one. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So try to do this assignment. If you are doing this for assignment, means you are totally clear with object oriented. Okay. Right. Let me go with the assignment here. Create a class book. Create a class book with the data members, book number, book name, and price. With the data members, what? Book number, book name, and price. Then, now create one more class. Create a class special edition book, which is a subclass of book, which is a subclass of which class? Book class, and with a data member discount. So your special edition book goes with one data member discount. Then, now how to write this code? We have to make use of constructors. Use constructors in the program to set or to initialize data members of class. You have to make use of constructors only to initialize the values of your class, to set initialize data members of your class. Then create a method. Understand carefully. This is the major one. Create a method display. Create a method display in book class. Which displays book number, book name, and price. Then and override. We have to override the same display method. Override the same display method of book class in special edition book class. In special edition book class, which displays. Once you override this display method, what we have to do? Which displays. I want to display book number, book name, price, and a discount also. So the overridden method should be able to display your book details like book number, book name, and price, and even the discount also. Clear with the task, Dheeraj?
Okay. How to calculate this discount?
No calculation, it's directly acceptable.
That.
Accepted value.
Okay.
No discount calculation. Just accept the value. So if the price is 500, I want to go with a discount of 100. So net price is 400. That calculations we are not worried here. Just I want to see how we are rating the classes, whether you are creating classes with methods properly or not.
Okay.
Got it? So try
Yeah.
to keep. So try to put your fingers on your keyboard to work on this. Even though you are getting mistakes, don't worry at all. But entering is important.
Okay. Yeah.
So when you are working, then automatically the things will get solved here. Okay, that's only the way to work here. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So try to work, then automatically, once you complete the code, automatically whatever the things we have learned up to now, like how to create class, objects, inheritance, polymorphism, constructors, everything will come in this assignment. All the things will come in this.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and even try to solve the assignment which I have given yesterday also.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
First
working
you
on it.
complete that.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
first you have to complete yesterday's assignment. After that only come to this assignment.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
working
take
on
some time.
last week's assignment.
Okay, okay.
And you given to find the sum of even numbers and sum of odd numbers
Right,
from 1 to
right.
10. The same thing. I'm able to calculate sum of uh, even numbers.
Hmm.
But like in the same problem, how can I calculate the odd?
Odd, odd. Very simple here. Sum of events and odds. Very simple. So here we'll say I equal to 1 initially, right?
Yeah.
Then we'll say while I less than or equal to 100.
Yes.
Got it? Then here we take two variables, sum even equal to 0 and even sum odd equal to 0. Got it? Two variables we have to take, sum even, sum odd. Now here we have to check if the value of I mod 2, if it is equal to 0, means I is what now? Even, right?
Yeah.
I is even. So when it is even, add it to sum even. Sum even equal to sum even plus I. That's it. That completes adding the sum even. Else means the condition is false. So when the condition is false means I is odd. Then add it to odd. That's it. That completes here. Then once the loop is over, so here only we have to say again I equal to I plus 1 to go to the next number. So what is happening? See, first I is 1. 1 less than or equal to 100 is. Then 1 mod 2 equal to 0, no. So it will add that 1 to some mod. Again I equal to I plus 1, it will become now 2. Goes back here. 2 less than or equal to 100 is. 2 mod equal to 0 is. Then add that 2 to some even. Next number 3. 3 is what? Odd. Add it to some odd. Next number 4. Add it to some even. Like that continues. If the number is even, we add it to some even variable. If the number is odd, we'll add it to some odd variable. Else part. Just think of it. That's it. Then once the loop is over, print sum of events equal to sum even. Then print sum of odds equal to sum odd. Got it?
Yeah.
Right?
I only
Okay.
put sum equals to. That's why.
Yeah, that else part we miss. Yeah, simple else part we miss. Okay.
Okay.
So try to keep on working. The things will come automatically. Then in tomorrow's class, we'll go with Python functions. How to create functions, we'll see, and what are the different types of functions available in Python. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Any other questions?
Let me see. I got some smallest. Yeah, I worked on the smallest one.
Hmm.
I took I equals to 1, small equals to some number. I cannot put
Yeah,
0.
don't take some other name. Yeah, if you go with 0, it will go with 0 only finally.
Yeah,
So
so I
what
took
you do is, yeah,
200.
first, yeah, some 200. That means you can work out only within 200. Some limit is there. Limitations are there in your program. So the logic of smallest is first you accept a number outside of loop. First one number you accept outside of loop and make that first number as small. and remaining 9 numbers you accept inside the loop. That is the logic. And compare with small.
Yeah. So
Clear? First,
I
you
I took
accept one number outside of loop and make your first number as small. Then remaining 9 numbers you accept in the loop. Then you will get the correct answer.
yeah I took the like I same thing while I is less than or equal to 10, n equals to one integer, and then if n is
Yeah, but
n less
you
than
have
small.
taken, yeah, you have taken small, but you have given some value to small like 200, right? That is
Yes.
not correct way of doing. So don't give value of small as 20. Just to take small variable. First number, you accept one number outside of loop and make that first number as small. Clear?
Mm,
Let me explain. Smallest. What we do, I equal to 1, right? Then say here n equal to input, input, enter a number. Then make your first number as small. First number you make it small. Then remaining 9 numbers you accept in the loop. You are accepting the remaining 9 numbers. First number you are making it as small. Remaining 9 numbers you accept inside the loop. Then you start comparing. If the value of n is less than previous small, then make your number as small. That's it. Make your number as small. Then once the loop is over, print the small value. Clear? What is it?
yeah, yeah,
You make first number as small, remaining 9 numbers you do accept in the loop. Okay, Dheeraj?
yeah, yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah,
So try to work out. Tomorrow we'll go with functions. Yeah. Thank you,
yeah,
Dheeraj.
yeah. Okay.